Hey everyone, we'll be reading the Book of Signs. What is coming? So far, the signs are looking very true. Um, so it's taken to the point where getting close to different things are reading in this book has so far came true what he put. So that's what I want to read. The Book of Signs. Okay, the Russian. Um, Talking with the Russians now. Israel has always been outnumbered in its war, but this intense it was be so aggressive mismatch that there will be no human way for the nations to survive. Hey Andrew, you done? He here is sequel description of the coalition advance. Then you will come from your place out of the far north, you and many people with you. You will come up against my people Israel like a cloud to cover the land. Ezekiel 38:15-16. As a cloud covered the land with the shadow, so the massive armies of Russia alliance will cover Israel. But when all hope of Israel surviving is gone, God will intervene, and it will come to pass at this same time when Gog comes against the land of Israel, says the Lord God, that my fury will show my face, for in my jealousy and the fire of my wrath I have spoken. Remember that when we are outlining the three reasons for Russia. All right, no problem, man. Sure. Thanks. Attack on Israel. I allude to the fourth reason that overrides the others. That reason is to set the stage for God's punishment of Russia and its allies for their history of rebelling against him. Then the nation shall know that I am the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. God will use the evil tendency of those allies nations to goad through them into attacking Israel, so he can execute his judgment against them for their history of human oppression. Ezekiel describes four calamities that will descend on invading armies when God intervenes to protect his people. Monumental conversion. This first calamity, Ezekiel prophecy, was a great earthquake in the land of Israel. This earthquake will be like none ever seen on earth. It will rest her completely off the Richter scale. Towering buildings and even mountains will come clashing down. Through the Israel will be the epicenter. Every living creature on earth will feel the effect of the colossal earthquake. Military confusion. The moment reckless and cloud of dust and smoke from the quake will generally mass confusion among the invading armies. Dr. Woodville explained in the Pandorium communication between invading armies will break down and they will begin attacking each other. This event will be similar to one of the Israel history but on exponential large scale. God will protect his people and in the future as he has done in the past. Contingents. God's third weapon against Russian coalition will be epic break out of diseases. I will bring him to judgment with pestilence, and bloodshed. Unburied dead bodies will lie everywhere, causing plague to infect the land. Thousands more invaders will die. Multiple calamity. A deluge of fire and brimstone will also fall on Russia and its allies, just as God rained fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah. Those God reflect calamity will extend to the Mog homelands as well. I will send fire on Mog and on those who live in security in the coastal lands. Then they shall know that I am the Lord. Those who remain in God will not escape punishment. Russians' aftermath. God's superstitions intervene to protect Israel and bring judgment on the Russian coalition. Will leave all Israel's mountains, plains, gullies, and lakes impale with the invader bodies. It will be a grossly testimony to the naval end of those who defy God. The disposal of those corpses can be summed up in those words: birds, beasts, burning, and burials. Just as Ezekiel detailed the destruction of the northern armies, chapter 39 describes their disposal. The birds and the beasts. Ezekiel recorded God's invitation to all birds in the world and the beasts of the field to come to Israel, and thousands of bodies that will be scattered across the land. God calls it sacrifice meal for scavenging that will do his bidding, clean up the land of his people. The burning. Not only will the frail Russian invasion leave massive bodies, but it will also leave coalition military equipment littered landscape. How will those non-useless weapons be discarded? Ezekiel said, "Those who dwell in the city of Israel will go without, set on fire and burn. The weapons, both the shield and bucklers, the bows and arrows and javelins and spears, and they will make fire with them for 7 years." The burial. The vultures, scavengers, God will invite to devour, eat the bodies of the fallen invaders, will leave a residue of bones and other edible parts. It will be necessary for the Israelites to bury what the scavengers have left. God says, "I will give Gog a burial place there in Israel. For 7 months, the house of Israel will be burying them in order to clean the land." The fact that it will take 7 months to bury all of the dead gives us an indication of gigantic size of invading army. Only when the burial are complete can the land be declared ceremonial clean again. The Russian application. In Sequel, well, let's get we'll find compelling prophecy about the ultimate destruction of Russia, a nation that has long been towards God and despite to the world. Today we can see the historical character of that nation turning itself again to seek to expand the power and deceive, influence especially in the Middle East. It's merely a matter of time before Russia stretch its claws towards the rich and free nation of Israel. But God has promised Israel a glorious future, as those two prophecy chapters shows. He will keep that promise and expect and satisfied. Wait, the whole world will marvel at how God brings down the power of enemy while preserving his people. When this happens, the world will stand in awe of the name and power of God. Those I will magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations. Then they shall know that I am the Lord. I can understand why people shudder at today's headlines. The deadly news shows alarming decimation of the world order security. We see growing disorder now and chaos ahead, and wonder whether God has turned his face away from us. Some years ago, the late pastor Ray Stedman was scheduled to speak at a conference in England. Each section of the conference began with a song service. One night, the leader led the worship prayers in the chorus. Our God reigns. Stedman glanced at the song sheet, which had been prepared by the church staff. What he saw caused him to smile. Someone intending to type the little title as "Our God's Reigns." He had actually typed "Our God's Range." Let me measure you that our God will never reign. Who will trust him? Have no reason to fear. As I have read Ezekiel 38:39, the one thing that stands out of the superiority of God, he is in control. God's orchestra music, this scenario, to demonstrate to his people, Israel, that he is their God, worthy of their trust. Israel has no hope without God, and God will win the battle of its nation. Godless Russia is no match for the King of Kings. The God of Israel is also our God, which means whatever we fear is also no match for the King of Kings when it looks like there's no hope. Hope is just waiting for the proper moment to show up. God can trust. Well, I'm done with that one. Next, chapter 4 is Babylon. So, hey, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. I know.